Hey, my name is Stephane Roncada. I'm a graphic artist here at Rainbow Studios, but I used to be a professional Supercross and Motocross rider. I am from France. I came over to the States in 1997 to race pro and been here ever since. Favorite memories from my racing days. One of them that always comes back is I think it was my second race here in the US, and that was in '97 in Phoenix, and it was I guess against Kevin Windham when he was the up-and-coming guy to beat, and I got a great start, got in front, he was right behind me, passed each other a few times I think, and I stuck to him the whole race and finished in second place. That's one of my best memories because it was only my second race here in the States against one of the top guys, and it was a great moment for me. Something I definitely remember. Other ones were winning the East Coast Championship in 2000 at the last race. When I clinched the title, that was a great memory. And I got some really good memories too from 2004 when I was riding for Pro Circuit, and I had a really good race in Vegas against Stewart, and the following weekend in Hangtown, where we really went at it in both models. And overall, that year was a really good year for me, so I had good memories from that. A dream. Basically, when I was racing in Europe, Jean-Michel Bayle was racing here in the US, and every rider in Europe, or at least in France, was really looking up to him, and it was one of my dreams to come here just like he did. And so ever since I've been racing, ever since I've known about Bayle, I've always wanted to come to the States. So all the racing I did in Europe, the World Championship, and everything really has been towards the goal to get better and come here, really. So when the opportunity presented itself in '97, I jumped on it big time. Like, for me, there was no turning back. That was the only way I wanted to go. Yeah, it was kind of a joint effort. So I was doing pretty good in Europe, in France. I had won the French championship, junior championship, and I was doing good in the World Championship too, placing in the top 5 a lot. And basically how it came up was Xavier Audouin had good relations back then with Mitch Payton, with Eric Keogh and all those guys, and he was also a really good friend with Eric Perronard. So them two kind of worked on it, and they talked to the teams here, and Eric Keogh was very interested, and Eric Perronard talked to Xavier Audouin, and Xavier brought it up to me, and so it's really thanks to those two guys that I was able to make the move to the States so early. Yes, I did. It was an adventure because I was 17, didn't have a driver's license yet, and so the very first time I came, I flew into LA with a friend of mine that was accompanying me because I was still a minor, and I came here because Eric Keogh wanted to see me ride before giving me the ride. So came here and I rode on a bunch of tracks locally, rode on the factory track, and they were very pleased with me, and they said that I had a ride with them. So went back to France, got my stuff ready, said goodbye to my parents, and came over. My favorite bike? I think I have to say it was my factory Suzuki 250 two-stroke in 2003. I went from factory Kawasaki to factory Suzuki, and it was amazing. The first day I got on the bike at the test track, I felt more comfortable on that bike than I did on my Kawi. It fit like a glove. I mean, it was amazing, and everything about the bike was great. The power was great, suspensions were amazing. I keep saying it every time I talk about it, it's probably one of the best bikes that I've ever ridden. And a close second would be my 254 stroke from Pro Circuit, Kawasaki, in 2004. That was an amazing bike too. It's a long story, but pretty much I can sum it up. I can sum it down to back injury and pill addiction. That's what ended it for me. In 2004, even though I had a great year, I was having more and more back problems, and it got to the point where I couldn't even finish a moto anymore. And so I had to quit racing that year, halfway through the national, and I went back to France. I saw lots of doctors, both in the US and in France, and it just took a long time for someone to figure out what was wrong with me. And it just comes down to chronic back pain. But by that time, I had been taking pain medication for about a year and a half. So I was heavily addicted to them. And I did have surgery on my back to get the pain to go away. It's a surgery I have to do every 5 years, at least for the next 15, 20 years. And the detox and everything, coming off the narcotics, getting back into racing and training, and was really hard. And I came back in 2006, healthy and everything, but I had lost that top 1% speed that you need to win. And so when I realized that, that's when I knew that I just shouldn't be on the bike anymore. Yeah, pretty much. I've always been into video games. I had been designing tracks, for a long time, even while I was racing, because I worked on a lot of the MX ATV games, MX Unleashed games. So the year I retired, I already got a job here in Phoenix with 2XL Games back then. And so they had given me the job to be a track designer, and I was still racing. And that's when I knew, when I figured out my speed wasn't there anymore, and I already had the job lined up, I was like, that's it, that's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. So I went into that, and ever since then, just been learning more and more and more. And I went from being, a graphic artist to being a technical artist. I do lots of programming now, and it's just really something I really enjoy doing. So on this one, I didn't work on much because I came on board pretty late in the project. When Rainbow Studios approached me, they were already almost done with the game. So really what it's about for me with MVA is the future, all the DLC packs, the next gen version and everything. So as far as this version of the game that's coming out right now, all the credits go to them. They got the game and the code in a pretty broken state, and they had to work amazingly hard to get it up and running again, and make 17 new tracks and get the game to where it is today, which is pretty amazing. When I know what they had to go through to get the game to where it is, and it's not like they were given a plate or already warm, and that they just had to make new tracks. They had to figure out a lot of things for themselves, fix a lot of broken code, and you know, they did it, which is pretty impressive in the amount of time they had. Yes, I enjoy going to the races, specifically to shoot the races. I like photography a lot, so I enjoy being on the track, I enjoy shooting, and it's nice to be at the race and not be stressed. It's one of the things I like the best about going to the races. Plus, I get to see lots of friends and just to be in the environment that, you know, I was raised in, really. So it's really something I enjoy doing.